Did you sleep on the couch this Valentine's Day? If so, this video might help you for next year. Really good Valentine's Day gift ideas from a professional gift giver. Number 1. If it's a little less personal, let's say you've second, third date, maybe you're just not really in a serious relationship yet, go generic, but don't be too overly generic. If you pull up to, your Valentine with a card, some flowers, and some chocolate, you are lame. Do something just slightly personal. Keep it classy, keep it simple. What is their favorite candy? Don't just automatically pull out the chocolate thing. If they like chocolates, that's good. We're talking brand here. Don't just pull up with the default Hershey's. If they like Lindor, give them Lindor. If they like Nestle, give them Nestle. Dark chocolate, I'm your plug. Don't keep it too generic, right? If they do not like flowers, if they've explicitly told you that, don't get them flowers. If you want to really, pull a Casanova, you can give them fake flowers. They'll last forever. Not everyone's on board with that. Some people like the sentiment of a real flower. They think you're cheap if you give them a fake flower. So just kind of really have these conversations. If you need to bring it up casually, do so. But, listen, pay attention. If they mention something like that, keep that in mind. And now let's get into the more personal stuff. And it also depends on the type of Valentine. If it's a romantic Valentine, maybe let's say your girl likes crochet, right? Well, maybe you don't know how to crochet, but you could probably order some crochet flowers either off Temu or a better website. And then that would be the classic flowers sentiment of Valentine's Day, but with a personal twist, right? Homemade cards never fail because you took time and put effort. If you're creative, if you're good at that, you can do that. But I can almost guarantee they don't just want a card, so maybe just a little something to go with it. Jewelry doesn't hurt if you're in a more serious relationship or you're trying to make a statement. But what I've found is this. Doesn't matter if it's partner, parent, sibling, best friend, doesn't matter. The perfect gift combo is honestly so poetic, it will knock their socks off. What you want to do is you want to do something, if you want it to be personal, you need to have a little bit of humor, a little bit of creativity, and a little bit of inside joke or something personal. Maybe it's a memory. Have a theme. Alright, so for an example, let's say they love penguins, right? And they love to have dinner dates, and they love crocheted stuff. What you're gonna do is you're probably gonna want to get commission or something, get somebody to crochet a penguin, maybe a penguin pot holder or a penguin themed dish towel, something of that nature for the kitchen. Just something personal, something that they'll use a lot, because sometimes practical is good, not always. But if they're that kind of person, practical's not bad. This is just an example. And then have a personal message. Let's say you had a special date a couple years ago or something happened, and you reference that date, put an inside joke on it, especially if it has something to do have a theme, right? Make the items, if it's several items, make it make sense. Make them come together. Make it match a little bit in its own little theme. Now, if you don't really know for sure that they really like Valentine's Day, this is hard. I hate it, but people will play hard to get. They'll be Valentine's Day is such a scam, am I right? Please don't get me anything. And then you actually don't get them anything, and they're mad at you. If that happens, I'm sorry. romantic gestures is where it can come into play, and you can kind of pull that off at last minute if you're really good at reconciling. But if not, have it planned, have it in the backup. If you're like, well, they told me they don't like Valentine's Day and they told me not to get anything, and I really don't want to get them anything because, they might really, be mad at me. But if they really secretly did want something, I'm going to plan just a little gesture just in case, right? So hit them with that surprise. Some people don't like surprises, right? So if that's, if you're in a more comfortable relationship where you guys can just straight up talk about what you're getting each other, go for that, just go for some of that. Maybe throw in just a little cheap surprise, because some people just don't like to feel obligated, so just make it something little that they won't feel like pressured about. But I like surprises. A lot of people like surprises, so have some fun with that. But the gesture, make sure it's something that you can pull off. Maybe have something already bought, something already, ready. Have like candlelit dinner or just something personal to that person. And, it doesn't hurt to like, make up for it in other ways, if you know what I mean. But no, I mean, like, if that's your plan, go for it, man. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. It's Valentine's Day. We all know everybody's, up to the shenanigans. But those are just a little bit of my advice. I hope this helped. Don't make a fool of yourself. If you did, don't blame me. Peace.